Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're studying the Gospel of Luke. As I was thinking of the reason that I wanted to study the Gospel of Luke, I couldn't help but think of the reality of Jesus. You know, we live in a day of virtual reality, AI. Things are being presented to us that are not real but look real. They appear to be real. And so now today, we don't know what to believe when we even see it with our own eyes, and it looks very real. Well, my friend, I want you to know Jesus Christ is a very real person. He lived in a very real time in a very real world. And I believe that's what Luke's gospel presents. Now, all the gospels, and of course the word gospel means good news. Also, I thought as we're looking at this book of Luke, we live in a day of bad news. You can't turn on the television and you see nothing but strife and war and conflict and chaos and confusion. Every time you listen to almost anyone talk, it's about problems and issues and difficulties and challenges and bad things. Well, the Bible is the good news book. The gospel means good news. Oh, I love talking about good news and hearing good news. And that's what the Gospel of Luke is about. It gives us a full account, historically and spiritually, of Jesus Christ. Now remember, the Gospel of Matthew emphasized that Jesus was born the King of the Jews, the Messiah, the Redeemer. Mark's Gospel emphasized the servanthood of Jesus Christ. Matthew was written basically for the Jewish people, making sure they understood Jesus fulfilled all the Old Testament prophecies. And you read in the first verses and also throughout the book of Matthew, and it was fulfilled, and it was fulfilled, and it was fulfilled. Why? Jesus fulfilled the Old Testament prophecies concerning the Messiah, and he is presented as the King of the Jews. But when you come to the Gospel of Mark, Mark is emphasizing to the Romans, the Roman world, they ruled the world, Jesus Christ is the servant of Jehovah. He's the mighty conqueror and ruler of the world, even as the servant of the world, because he who is least is greatest of all. And then we come to the Gospel of John. Let's skip Luke for a minute. The Gospel of John is the universal gospel, presenting Jesus Christ as the Son of God, the Son of God. There is no historical account of the birth of Christ. It simply says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And Jesus appears, and the Word becomes flesh and dwells among us, John says. And he's presented as the Son of God, and he writes his miracles that Jesus did, that you might believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and believing you can have life through his name. Now, Luke's gospel is stressing the fact to the Greek world. We believe that Luke probably was a Gentile. He's from the Greek world. He's a physician. He's an intellectual. And he is reminding us that Jesus Christ is the perfect man. The Greeks were looking for that perfect man, the Olympics and all that goes with that, the perfect man. Well, of course there's no perfect man but one, and his name is Jesus. And that's what Luke is doing, is presenting Jesus Christ to the intellectual world who's looking for historical evidence that Jesus truly is who he said he was and did what he said he did and what others said he did. Can you imagine at this time in the world when Luke is writing this gospel, a lot of people, as he says in the first verses, many have taken in hand to set in order the narrative of the things that have been fulfilled about us. Jesus was probably well known in the sense of a man who did miracles, a man who died on the cross, a man they said rose again. All these things are getting spread around, but really, who is Jesus? Well, Luke takes time to research the history of Jesus through many first-hand witnesses, and then he writes that witness and presents Jesus Christ as the perfect divine Son of God. He's the great high priest. He's touched with the feelings of our infirmities. He's able to extend help and mercy and love to all of us. Oh, my friend, Luke finds that Jesus indeed is the Son of Man. He is the Son of God. Oh, my friend, I trust today that you'll study this book with me. Get excited about the reality of Jesus in your own life. God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.